Yeah, definitely. I mean, yesterday was really good, and I was back again this morning, you know, to try and go back to on two wheels again, but it didn't work out. So.
How's the pre-season testing been? We spoke to Mark before, and we've been trying to gauge just who's where. Are you feeling, you know, pretty reasonable about Toyota's pace pre-season?
Yeah, I have to say the pace was quite promising. I mean, straight out of the pits on the first test, we were, I think, on a good speed. And the car was really reliable. We did a lot of miles in Bahrain already and in Spain as well. So I think the positive side is that the car is on every racetrack. You know, Bahrain is completely different to Barcelona. Barcelona is different to Paris, and as well in wet conditions we were quick. So, you know, this is a positive sign already when the car is in rain conditions quick and on all three different kinds of circuits. That's positive, and I think the team did quite a strong development over the winter time.
Some of the fans that have gathered here today were watching the video highlights of last year's race before, and a number of people have asked us, hey, what was that like? How was Timo? Just, you don't want to, I know, but just tell us what happened and what went through your mind at the time.
I was just too quick to realize anything. I mean, you know, I just was trying to push the hardest possible to stay in front of Kimi Raikkonen, because he just did I think 1 or 2 laps before the mistake, and you know, I was trying to fight for the points, and I just overshot it a bit in that corner, and I thought, okay, because I went there off one time in free practice and without any problems, and then I hit this big bump, and flight T of 108 was going up to the sky.
Taking off. I'll ask a question here, and then I'll hand my microphone over to Cam. What about as far as the back end of Thank you. Just the back end of the 2008 championship, a wonderful podium for you. That must have made you feel pretty good about the 09 championship.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the development what we had since Hockenheim, I have to say, was quite strong, and we did you know, a lot of points in the second half of the year, and we took all this progress over into 2009, and my experience is just much better compared to last year, and I'm more confident and looking really forward to the first day. I'm still counting the hours, because it's, you know, now it's time to go racing again.
Timo, you talk about, you know, it's time to go racing. Can I borrow your microphone? Just hang on to that for a moment. Your last race back in November at Brazil. Just for the audience and everyone here in Melbourne today, what do you do in the last 3 months? I mean, we know you do testing. Do you get to have a holiday? Do you have a break, or you just get straight back into training?
You know, first of all, I unfortunately had to talk to a lot of journalists after the last race, because this was quite a difficult situation for me. You know, because I was at the end I was a little bit involved in the championship decision, and that was a quite crazy time, I have to say. I mean, the first 2 weeks after the last race were difficult, because first of all, a lot of in a strange way, a lot of German fans were quite unhappy about that. But you know, at the end, we did our best in the race, and we were just a bit lost in the last lap with the groove tires in wet conditions, and
it really was freakish like that, though, wasn't it? The way the weather was changing, the way the race just unfolded. There was, you know, nothing that could be said or done about it. Just what unfolded at the time is how it was, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think this was the last 5 laps were the craziest I ever have done, because I was just nearly shouting to my engineer every time I said, I have to come in, because the rain will be massive at the end of or at least in the last two laps. And he said, you know, I'm still much quicker than everybody else on intermediate tires. And 2 laps before the end, I said, you know, I just feel that the tire is just cooling out, and I just lose the grip. And we said, okay, we come in the last 2 laps, and then they told me the pits are closed. It's not possible to come in anymore, because a lot of people were already running through the pit lane. So I had no chance to come in anymore to change tires, and you know, at the end I was a little bit involved in the championship decision, but that's racing.
We spoke to you in Singapore, another street circuit, and every session there you were up to the pointy end of the times. You were very quick. We have another street circuit here this weekend. It doesn't seem quite like a street circuit compared to, say, Singapore or Valencia, but is there something about those circuits you enjoy? Because you seem to be pretty speedy when you go there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, when I was 2005 in America and driving champ cars, I was just you know, every track was like a street circuit, and I just have fun to drive on street circuits, and Singapore was just amazing. And here at Albert Park as well is maybe not like a 100% street circuit, but it's the same way of driving, and I just like it, and I'm really looking forward to it, because last year I just had not the experience and had to get used to the groove tires still and to a race weekend, and now I have just more the confidence in the car and myself, and looking really forward to it.
Same driver lineup this year with Toyota. Jarno, he's not getting any younger. You push him pretty hard last year. Does he? You guys obviously have a good working relationship.
Yeah, the bloody guy is still unbelievable quick. I mean, especially in qualifying, he's every time really amazing. When he struggles, let's say on Friday or a weekend, to set up the car or whatever, he has any problems in qualifying for this one lap, he's just every time there. And I had a couple of races last year where I thought, now I have him in the qualifying, and he just, you know, took again a tens out of me. But you know, this is just the experience, and you can see how he's working through a weekend with that lot of experience what he has. It helped me out a little bit, definitely over this year, and I put him under pressure in the second part of the year, and now I have to push him straight on.
Reading in the paper this morning, it sounds as though you really quite enjoy your time here in Melbourne, and you may not, in fact, even after the race is over, be rushing off to Malaysia. You're enjoying your time in Australia again?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you know, normally for me, this is the easiest or relaxed race for me, because all the other races, you go there Wednesday or Thursday, and everything is in a rush, and here you just arrive really early, 1 week before, get used to the time change, and then it's just a relaxing atmosphere, and I just every time looking really forward to it. A good friend of me is flying out 22 hours only for that race, and you know, this is just an easy race weekend and just really relaxed time and a lot of good fun here in the city.
We asked Mark Webber before about you know, his thoughts on the year ahead. You mentioned how well things have been going for you in places like Bahrain and so on. Just tell us who you feel that, in terms of your rivals, that may be the dark horse this year, and who are the form teams to watch out for, because more than a few people say Toyota will be in quite a strong position this year.
Yeah, I hope. I mean, it's positive when other people are already saying that we are in a strong performance at the moment, but you know, for me, Braun GP at the moment is on the top. They're looking really strong. And with Ross Braun on the top, I mean, he's 7-time world champion with Michael Schumacher. He knows exactly what he has to do. And at the end, I think this is a team to watch out for, and the rest is really close together. Ferrari, BMW, ourselves, Red Bull as well. Renault looks really strong. They had a strong development over the testing in the winter time, and you know, I think it's really mixed up and really close together. It depends a little bit as well on the circuit. And I hope, I mean, you know, what I said, the positive side for us is we are on every racetrack, we were quick, and I hope we can be really strong and fight for the podium here.
You mentioned Bahrain. You all went over where there was some warmer weather, because here it was 40 degrees last year. Now it's a lot cooler, and there is a chance of rain on and off over the weekend. Have you had much testing time on the wets with the 09 car?
Yeah, we had one and a half days in the wet conditions, and I have to say the car was really strong. Was one time.
There's been a lot of discussion about KERS. Are you running it, or are you not running it, or do we have to wait?
No, for us we will wait a little bit. I mean, the important side for us is we wanted to adapt the new car to the new rules, to sort it out 100%, because you know, we had not much testing this winter time, and we just said we want to have the car in 100% ready for the first race, and then we see that, I mean, the KERS is every time running. They're back in Cologne, they develop it really strong, and you know, we just put it in when we think it's the right point for it.
He's having a busy week here in Melbourne. It's very, very kind of him to give up some of his time. One of the good guys from Formula One, ladies and gentlemen, Timo Glock. Wish him well this weekend in Melbourne. Thank you. Nice